So hello, it's been a while. The long and short of it is I've been busy, so I haven't made anything and also haven't really wanted to explicitly. So, I thought, now that I've rebranded, now that I'm kind of in the mood again, now that I've got the energy and the time, here I am. And I thought, what better way exists than to show my new attitude with my YouTube channel than to play a game that I don't think is that good, that doesn't really run that stably on my aging computer. It's a thing. So this is Mirror's Edge Catalyst. I've modded it a bunch. I did actually have to turn off one of my mods earlier because I didn't want it interfering, because it basically makes the grappling hook that you get in this way more overpowered. If I missed that jump, thank you. I missed that jump a lot. It makes the grappling hook that you get actually work on everything instead of just set objects, which is something that's always bothered me. See here, like, it works there, but you can't use it anywhere else. It doesn't matter. That's besides the point. Beyond that, it's just some quality of life fixes. One of which being the day-night cycle actually works now. It doesn't just magically stop when you stand still, because time doesn't. This isn't super hot. In the first game, the issue was story. It was dull, and then it just kind of stops. Well, at least something came out of it because the antagonist got killed off. In this, I guess the antagonist gets killed off, but like the whole point of the story is that you're trying to start this revolution, and then the revolution at the end is just like, oh, there was no revolution, nothing changed, something had changed. You know what, actually, I think I'll play the final mission towards the end of this. If you're curious to know what I'm being busy with, I go to university now, so that's been taking up the majority of my time. Currently got some time off, hence I'm here. Yeah, I'm kind of just rambling on now. Oh, I've been messaged. Yeah, yeah. I kind of have run out of things. Okay, let's talk about this then. So this game has got a funny quirk where I have a Logitech keyboard and mouse because I like Logitech. They're not too expensive, and they're really good for the price, and they give you a lot of control over your settings, and they look yada yada yada. Anyway, so this game tries to controls the lighting of your keyboard. Oh my fucking god, what was that? So inherently, that's not that bad a thing. It can be kind of fun when a game does that. However, not only can you not turn it off in this game, which is annoying, it flashes the keyboard at you whenever you die, which is frustrating, because frankly enough, I don't like having my keyboard flashing at me. Wow, I just did a 180 there. I don't like having my keyboard flashing at me every time I take damage. It's just annoying. And on top of that, it changes color depending on what region you're in, which inherently isn't that bad an idea. But what it means is that for some reason the game just decides, oh hey, when you're in like the starting area, it just turns the lights off, which means it's kind of hard to like see the keys when you're when it's in the dark, which, again, when you're playing, is inherently not that big an issue, because you're generally just going off feeling, because, I mean, I've used the keyboard so long I can touch type, so that's fine. However, the fact is that the game doesn't stop controlling your keyboard's lighting when you tab out. I'm just about to die. So as I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted by my untimely death, the game doesn't stop controlling your keyboard lights once you tapped out. So if I, let's say, I don't know, I want to message someone or I want to look something up, it means that the keyboard lights don't turn back on again. I have no idea where I am. Which is frustrating. It's the same kind of issue I had with, because The Sims 4, like, it updated at one point and added keyboard lighting, and it is the most annoying thing on the planet. Like, oh my god, who the hell decided that was a good idea? What it does is that at the loading screen, anyone who's played The Sims will know this, but the loading screen for The Sims 4 is a spinning diamond. I think it's called a plumbus. Anyway, so where's a plumb bob? Plumbob. Plumbob sounds right. Anyway, so it's a spinning that. And it means that the keyboard just rapidly flashes between green and blue, which is kind of it's irritating. Is a soft word for that. I managed at least in that game you could turn it off, unlike in this one. It seems like EA games really enjoy their flashing keyboards. The frustrating thing is this game's really pretty, like it looks gorgeous. And the gameplay itself is like moving around. It's pretty. It's fun. It's a nice like advancement over the original. The inherent problems with it being though, because it's a sequel, they decide to go the route of, hey, let's just lock off abilities that you previously had, just for the sake of letting you unlock them as a sense of progression, which is the most annoying thing any game has ever done. It like what. Hang on, let me go to the skill tree. I think it's... Yeah, here it is. Movement. Where is it? Quick turn. Turning around is an ability. You have to unlock turning around. Which is just like... What? Like, like, you have to unlock the ability just to turn around. Why? What? Turning around isn't that complicated a concept that it should be like unlockable. The runner's vision is a lot more handholdy in this than it was in the first one, and it's something like at first I was kind of annoyed about, but I've grown to appreciate because it means this is open world. The last game was closed levels. This is open world, and having the runner's vision, being able to actually like show you more directly where you need to go, is kind of a godsend. Though. Well, another quick thing this game suffers from is, for some reason, it has rooms and stuff. Like, the first game, you were running around, like, office buildings and industrial areas and whatnot, and for the most part, they looked pretty reasonable for what, like, that kind of area would be. This game kind of does that, but tries to set in the future, and it looks like J.J. Abrams' Star Trek, honestly, with how white and flashy it is. Anyway, but the thing is, what the hell is this? Why would a building ever have a room like this? Just completely barren with 2 vents. Like, why? What? No building is designed like that. I'll stop complaining about the game, I promise. Because, as much as I complain about it, the only complaints I have are in terms of story, because the story is the most dull thing on the planet. It's just, like, it's impossible to care. If you do care... How? I want to know your secret. You can see your body, and the way your body like interacts with the world and like is kind of is attached to the camera. I wish more games kind of put effort into that, because it's honestly just really cool. Not a lot of games. It's become more common these days, which I like, but a lot of games in the past, you didn't really like, your body was kind of just, you were just a floating camera. A floating pair of arms, generally. Which, I mean, like, that's fine, but I feel like we're finally at the stage in game development where we can, like, really well do bodies in first-person games. As is probably kind of obvious, since I haven't done a video in, like, what, a year? I kind of, like... I believe the term has fallen off. No. I'm kind of just rambling on and hoping that works. There's nothing... I picked this mostly because it's something I can just sit back and, like, talk over. It was either this or Elite Dangerous. I've been playing a lot of Elite Dangerous recently. Especially with Odyssey. Like, I like Odyssey. It's too expensive... Oh, hello. It's too expensive for what you get. It's too expensive for how badly it launched. But... I bought it anyway. I had a pre-order for it, for goodness sake. So when it came out, I was heartbroken because I couldn't play it because my computer is old. But turns out AMD's FSR is not that bad, actually, and it works well enough. Anyway, that's besides the point. It was between that and this. That one is even more like boring to watch. So I just thought this is like this is okay to look at. I mean, arguably, I could have done could have gone the whole hog and just had just recorded myself playing this and then do commentary afterwards over it rather than trying to do it on the fly. But I don't know. I feel like doing it on the fly is more my style. The other option would have been I've been if you follow my Twitter, you'll probably know, but I've been playing Assassin's Creed Origins. I could have played that, but the problem with that is, oh, actually, hang on, here's something. There we go. That delay between you pressing the button and then the game realizing, oh wait, hang on, you actually pressed the button, is bizarre. Anyway, so I've been playing Assassin's Creed Origins, which, coupled with the fact that I was watching along with Moon Knight whilst playing that, which was kind of fun actually, because it means I've learned a lot about Egyptian mythology, and probably all of it is completely inaccurate because both Assassin's Creed and Moon Knight aren't exactly historically accurate. Stop playing. Who cares? You know what? Let's do a story mission. There's a mission where you have to go to an underground, like, let's do Benefactor. But there's a mission where you have to go into an underground, like, prison facility kind of thing, and it's pretty fun, honestly. So something I'd like to point out is, I am running this game on an SSD. This always struck me as kind of funny. Like, they put a fake reflection there, which is very obviously fake, and then put a real reflection of Faith over it. What are your arms doing? What the Wow, thank you, game, for giving me tutorials after I've beaten the game twice. Wow. You know what? Honestly, no, never mind, game. You win. If I'd beaten the game twice, I probably wouldn't be this bad at it. I have beaten it more than twice, but most of those were on console. Yes, I played this game on PS4 first. I actually, what am I talking about? I did a live stream about that. I am rambling very heavily off topic, if there even is a topic. But yeah, I don't know. It's not much. Oh, yep, those still run at like 20 FPS. Do they just, like, if I remember right, don't they just disappear? They're meant to, like, fall down there and be like, oh wow, dramatic, but no, I guess I stopped now. Something really, really annoying, especially for a PC game, the grappling button, like, that you saw me use there, is the same as the jump button. Now, I don't know if you can change that, because I haven't found a way unless I try and mod it or something. Which, honestly, might be a consideration, considering how annoying it is that the grapple button is, you just hold down the jump button. Okay, Faith. Oh yeah, Faith is kind of insufferable in this. Actually, Faith as a character, she's just kind of annoying in both games. It's kind of strange. Neither game could really figure out how to make her, like, not quite sympathetic. Like, you can sympathize with Faith pretty easily. The issue with Faith as a character isn't that she's not sympathetic, it's that the sympathy that the story, like, writes for her is just the most generic thing on the planet. Like, first game, oh no, my sister's been kidnapped. In the second game, oh no, my sister's dead. Oh wait, hang on, she's actually alive and she's been brainwashed. And also, trying to fight a revolution, I don't know, revolution storylines have been done to death. As well, to have the story just kind of, like, stop. Like, it doesn't get resolved, it just stops. Just at the end is like, oh, well, I guess that's that now. Revolution? What revolution? There was no revolution. So, ignoring the game for a little bit, something I'd like to talk about is my rebrand. I kind of spoke briefly about it on Twitter, but it's not something I went into a lot of depth with, mostly because, you know, Twitter is kind of meant for, like, short stuff. You're not exactly supposed to be going horrifically in depth into things, unless you like tweet longer or something like that, which I'm not really that big on. But the main purpose behind my rebrand was I felt, I think I've said it before in a previous video, if I remember right, it was the state of things. But when I picked the name, the Game League, I didn't really think too far ahead. I kind of just went, oh, what's something that sounds vaguely cool and also isn't taken by like 50 billion people? So I went with that, and the result was that I felt limited in the kind of videos I could make because I had, you know, game in my name. Which rhymes, actually, which is kind of fun. But, so, but the result was is that I, like, as much as I like games, it's not something I'm always, you know, actively talking about. I'm a huge fan of, like, films and TV shows, and over time, I'm slowly becoming a bigger fan of books. Funnily enough, because a TV show got me to watch books. It was specifically The Expanse. It got me to read all the Expanse books. And now I'm reading Lord of the Rings. It's pretty good. But but the byproduct of that was as well that I really wanted to talk about just whatever I felt like. Like, I wanted this channel to be a bit more general. But I'd given myself, like, such a bizarre name that kind of limited me to be gaming focused, which is not great. It is kind of annoying. So my solution was rebrand. So the kind of idea is now Dialotron is just, obviously it's me, and that's just I'm going to use that name everywhere I can. That's just me. But I want to kind of I want to take the name The Game League and actually use it a bit more literally, in the sense that it's called a league, yet it was only really me. If I call it a league now, I'd like I've put my channel art, it's part of it. So the Game League is meant to now just, like, kind of quote unquote represent me and anyone I play with, or anyone I do videos with. And I've done a handful in the past, not that many. I kind of want to do some more, but we'll see what comes of that. But for now, I'm just happy that I'm almost finished rebranding. I need to kind of get in touch with support for, like, EA and actually I think Frontier support as well, to change my name in Elite Dangerous, because I am taking this rebrand like all the way. I'm not half-assing it. I am going, every account that I have that I've used the name The Game League on is being I'm switching over to Dialotron, which I'm happy about. I like that. The name is kind of funny, as in it's the most, like, nerdy thing imaginable, and it's kind of cringeworthy, and that's exactly perfect, because I think that is a very apt way of describing me. I'm a nerdy, kind of a slightly cringeworthy person, but I feel but I try to be self-aware about it, so anyone can, like, at least appreciate that I'm passionate about the things I talk about. Which, like, as I mentioned before, was a big motivation behind the change in name. Wow, how did I manage to fuck that up? Because I'm incredibly passionate about films and stuff like that, and I want to be able to talk about it. As kind of stereotypical as it is, I'm very tempted to have a go at making a video essay about just something. I don't have anything particular planned, but it's something I really want to do, because I like video essays. I've enjoyed watching them a lot, so maybe.
I'm ready. Let's go.
Oh, Icarus, son of a bitch. Why does his face look like it's made of Play-Doh? What kind of a guy calls himself Icarus? I just kicked my subwoofer. Ow. I have another thing from Logitech I have actually is a desk speaker setup. I think it's I don't remember what they're called. The box is across the room, but the label's covered up. Anyway, it's besides the point. So they come with a subwoofer, and for the longest time, my desk has, like, a privacy shield in the back of it. For the longest time, I just I had it behind the privacy shield before I realized that was. I know, it was just so I could have it out the way, because I'm tall, I've got long legs. It's kind of frustrating not having that much leg room underneath my desk. So, but then I realized that it really, like, it affected very heavily how good the speaker sounded when the subwoofer was behind a plank of wood, which in hindsight makes a lot of sense. So I shifted it underneath my desk, and the result is it sounds better, but I kick it a lot. And that thing is big, and it is square, and it has sharp corners, so my toes hurt. See, like, this area, this is kind of cool. It's a bit, it's ridiculous. There's no, like, denying that. This is very over-the-top, shiny, flashy. This doesn't have any of the wonderful minimalism or style that the original had. And I've kind of come to accept that. The original game is just nicer to look at. I feel like it's more pleasing. However, the gameplay is just hasn't aged particularly well. And also, having this be open world does mean that I can just jump in from time to time whenever I'm bored. And also, ever since I started modding it, I've just been messing around. Ooh. That's another mod I have. So the game has takedown animations. They range between first and third person, and there's a bunch of them. And they're kind of neat. It's a nice little way to finish off combat. What's stupid about them is that they don't turn on when you're in the open world. So, not only do I have a mod that increases the the frequency of them, but also they happen in the open world now, and it's nice. It's really good. Because when they attack you in the open world and you don't get the takedown animations, and they happen so rarely that I end up not realizing that they were a thing for like the first 2 playthroughs I had. I just thought they were scripted, I'll be honest. Oh, I think I'm about to get to a cutscene. The cutscenes in this game are all pre-rendered and compressed to utter hell. It kind of gives me a lot of memories for Deus Ex. Was it? Both of them actually had horrifically compressed cutscenes. However, at least the cutscenes in Mankind Divided actually looked like the gameplay. In Human Revolution, the cutscenes and the gameplay do not look the same. What have I done? Oh, here we go. Yeah, look, like, the cutscenes look similar-ish to the gameplay. Everyone just, like, moves a bit better, and the camera's a lot more flashy. It's just, like, I don't know. Also, the audio quality of the cutscenes is garbage. They're compressed to hell. They look kind of... It's like, it's almost as if someone smeared Vaseline over the camera of the, when they made the cutscenes. Wow. How cyberpunk. It's... I should do a video on Cyberpunk. No, Cyberpunk doesn't run on my PC. I've been playing that on PS5. And my PS5 is currently on the opposite end of the country. I will not elaborate further, because I think that is too funny a concept to elaborate on. When I was looking into trying to get this game to run better, my computer has a GTX 970 in it. So it is an NVIDIA card, which was pretty powerful for around the time this game came out, which I think was like 2016? But when this game came out, the new card on the market was the 10 series, the GTX 10 series, which this game was kind of used as a poster child for, kind of like look at our performance and our graphics. So they kind of nerfed performance on the 9 series cards, and hence I got screwed over. Stop shooting at me. There's a takedown right there. That one was a bit shit. Yeah, which means that performance on the 9 series cards is a horrifically mixed bag, which means that I have to really fiddle with the settings. What probably also doesn't help is that my CPU isn't the newest, it's pretty old. It's an i7 2700K. I've gone through such a wide range of topics in like the past however long I've been recording. It's remarkable. And my throat is starting to hurt. It's a wonderful return to form in it. Christ, I said in it. Why am I English? I'm not English. I promise you. I'm very much Scottish. Though the other day someone said I sounded Canadian, which is strange. I have never heard someone call me Canadian before. Praise I'm willing to give this game over the original. In the original game, the game kind of it didn't force you, but it really tried to encourage you just to pick up a gun and shoot them, which is really boring. This game doesn't let you pick up guns, which is fantastic. I like being forced to run around the place and do hand-to-hand combat, because I think that's what this game is great at, which is the running. Which makes sense considering what it's about. Anyway, Something I learned recently about this game is that the shard, which is the big tower here, for this final section, it is actually a lot shorter than it is when you see it in the distance. Which, it's not quite funny, it's just, I really enjoy learning quirks like that about game design. Following up on the lighting thing I was talking about earlier on my keyboard, half my keyboard is currently white, whilst the other half is red. And then parts of it are blue, just at random. I don't know what they were thinking with this lighting thing, but there you go. Yeah, it's called a wind turbine. Whee. If I remember the city is actually called by. Yeah, the way she just says there is, "This is great." It's like you're literally being flung by a massive wind turbine, and then this happens, and she just doesn't react. Also, in this game, you're not meant to be able to kill people. Bullshit. Double bullshit. Those people are dead. And yes, I know, I'm the one who killed them, I guess, but like, A, they're bad guys. B, the game says you're not meant to kill people. You're not meant, and then it doesn't let you. Like, you can only beat them up and knock them out. And then it lets you do stuff like that. It seems kind of duplicitous. Oh, yay! The worst section of this level. These stupid pipes. I almost swore. I've already sworn a bunch of times. I shouldn't care about swearing. I do anyway. Who cares? Faith has got some remarkable upper body strength if she can do shit like this. To be fair, I am an Uncharted fan, so I'm kind of used to game protagonists having ridiculous upper body strength. Oh yeah, this bit's kind of fun. Like how the grass here looks kind of crap. This is very pretty, to be fair. Like, also, but I do have to ask, what the hell does any of, like, purpose of any of this serve? Like, sure, it looks cool, but you can't get to any of these areas. How does this, how logistically, this doesn't make any sense? It's probably fake. Dylan, shut up. More pipes! Yeah, I'm gonna save you the trouble. I'm just gonna cut to the end of this. I never really stopped to just, like, stopped in this section just to appreciate. God damn, that's a lot of damage. Insert "that's a lot of damage" gif here. Actually, don't do that. Don't. It's not funny. Oh yay, a section which ruins the pacing. Instead of just running around the place, now I have to climb up this damn thing. I complain as if I know how to design a game, but the truth is I have no clue. I'm not a game designer. I wanted to take in high school, but that course wasn't offered when I got to the right year. Still one of the most sad things I ever found out about. Same with how I couldn't take photography. Anyway, that's enough anecdotes from me. A Dill anecdote, if you will. I need to stop with the puns. This game has a special place in my heart for being one of the first games to truly cement to me how much I hate screen space reflections and how much ray tracing is important to me. Because, like, if I'm looking over here, you can see, like, the plant pot and everything like that. That's all fine. It's all being reflected. But what's... Ow. What screen space reflections is, if you don't know, layman's terms, it takes whatever is on your screen, copies it, flips it, and then puts on where it's supposed to be reflected. So the result is, if I now move the camera over, oh look! Oh no, it's not being reflected anymore. And look at the weird smearing that happens around her hand. Look, it's reflecting a city that is behind a wall. It's that those reflections drive me nuts. Because they've driven me nuts ever since they became so popular. I'll get back to the reflections point. Actually, no. You know what? No, I won't. I think I've said everything I need to say about screen space reflections. They're shit. Anyway, yeah. This happens, and it's like, whoa, we need to get those doors open. Or don't. Let me just beat these guys up because they're so easy and they don't all attack at once. And that was it. All those guys, and I managed to do that in maybe like a minute or so. And then the game is meant to be like, whoa, dramatic, run away. It's like that scene in Star Wars where Han Solo runs into the cargo bay full of stormtroopers.
Submit and you won't be.
Never.
Oh yeah, these guys. For the longest time, I was really good at it, but then the last time I did this level, for some reason I was like awful at it. This, by the way, is the final fight of the game. Two of the same enemy type that you've fought like 30 times until this point, because they come up in a bunch of side missions. So you're already like really familiar with them, and you've realized that they're very boring and not that interesting. It's like, actually they look an awful lot like the RoboCop reboot. There we go. Okay. Cutscene time? Cutscene time. Yeah, one of the mods I have that means the time of day can actually like change dynamically during gameplay. I've noticed that it messes a lot with the missions, in which that the time of day does actually change during missions, which for some of them is kind of problematic.
Isabel has a chronic lung condition. With reflection, we've managed to keep it at bay. Destroy
You're
it.
lying.
Am I?
Yeah.
Lying?
How about
Almost managed to kill her once.
you establish this earlier to give Faith a bit more of a conflict going on throughout the story, where she's trying to take out this nanite thing that could control people, but it is also keeping her sister alive. Maybe have that with some of the other characters as well, make this like a widespread thing. How about the nanites, like reflection, is actually just, you know, being marketed as like a wonder drug that can heal and solve many conditions, instead of just, you know,
What the hell are you
this.
waiting for?
Yeah, see, this is all meant to be like a sunset, which is why everything looks really weird, and there are no lights on. Now, which one could say that this is not a feature, this is a bug. But I call it, I've played the game so often, and I hate the fact that the time of day doesn't change during gameplay, so I'm okay with this. I'm willing to make that compromise. Well, yeah, and then just cut it. That was the end. That, like, you don't play for the rest of this. You just watch this cutscene. This fight on fight with like the character system. Why am I not playing this? Why not make this the final fight, the final boss? Make this the dramatic finale for the game. But instead, you're just watching two characters hit each other in a cutscene that's horrifically compressed. It's it's amazing how little it is, like how hard it is to care about this game's story. You kind of just let him go earlier, and obviously because main character has to be good, she can't kill anyone. But then the what? How did he fall out from that? Come on. It's like the most like offhand way of killing off your antagonist is that. Like, she just stands up and then she stares dramatic to the distance. I was like... See, she's there alone. Her dad isn't there, which implies that he's dead. Also, nice reflections at the top of the screen there.
And that's how it all went down.
Yeah. That was it. That is the end of the game.
The employees rose up in disgust over reflection and overthrew the conglomerate.
And here's what I was talking about. The game just ends on a monologue from her saying, nothing changes. The whole story doesn't change anything in this universe.
Black went on as before.
The character, like the Faith as a character doesn't go through any form of arc.
Because something
The only thing, like the only significant thing that changes at the end of the game is that she has a tattoo on her arm. And
something
it's so... I don't understand how they wrote the story and then thought, yes, that this is a fitting, fulfilling conclusion to this story, to this plot, to this narrative. This is going to solidify this. And no, it doesn't. Ooh. calm down. I'm getting riled up about a game that came out 6 years ago. I'm pretty sure the Mirror's Edge franchise is a bit dead. Well, I guess that's it though. As we look at the end credits for a game that isn't really that good. It's been a while. It's I hope I make some more stuff. I want to make some more stuff. I hope I get around to it. That's it from me. Goodbye, I guess. Till next time.